on, Dad. What is it then? I'm starving.
Me too. The school dinners today were awful.
Yeah. Oh. Ta-da!
Fish and chips. Great.
Fantastic.
Get your chops around that lot.
I bet you didn't cook these, did you, Dad?
Well, not exactly cook 'em, no. I bought 'em from that new chippy in the village. What's it called? The Golden Hind. But I made the tea, and I spread the butter on the bread.
Terrific.
Well, I can't help it if the butter's hard.
Dad, this tea looks more like hot water.
Oh, yeah. I must have forgotten to put the tea bags in the pot. All right, nobody's perfect. As long as the fish and chips come up to scratch.
They're up to scratch of these, Dad.
I bet that new fish and chip shop's going to do a roaring trade.
Cool, yeah, make a small fortune out of that place. No doubt about that.
No, I won't have a bit of fish this time. I'm just trying you out, you see, on this particular occasion. But if I had satisfaction this time, well, I might have a bit of fish next time I comes in. Just for now, I'll have a bag of chips. How much would that be?
15p a portion, sir.
15p? Well, that's daylight robbery, that is. Don't do half portions, I suppose, do you?
I'm sorry, sir.
Oh, well, I'll have a bag of chips. See you making a good big one. It'll be a long time before you sees my face in here, I tell you.
That'll be a pleasure, sir.
What's that you said?
I said I'm giving you a good measure, sir.
Oh, yeah, you do. And you needn't bother wrapping it up, because I'll eat down the paper, save the washing up.
My. I never ponged a pong like that before. That's a pong and a half, is that? That makes the turnip water in the mouth, does that pong? Excuse me, mister. What have you got in that little titchy sack? Something nice to eat, is it?
Who touched that? Here, I knows you. You cause more trouble in this here village than a wagon load of monkeys, you have. P.C. Parsons has got his eye on you. And if you don't sling your hook, I'll see to it he gets his hands on you, too. Don't want no tramps, no beggars around here, so don't you come scrounging no chips, nor nothing else off me. What I'll be... That ain't no value for money, mister, so don't you say it is. There'll be a law against selling that for a bag of chips. Will you not see me round here again, Mary? I'll tell you that. And if there is a law against it, I'll have P.C. Parsons round here double quick.
Oh, hi there, shipmate.
Well, batter me britches with a brainless badger. Who the willikins are you?
Jolly Jack by name, Cully, and jolly by nature, too.
Well, you're nippy on your feet right enough, I'll give you that. But you have to wave your arms about a bit more if you want to scare off any crows.
Scarecrows? What do we take me for, Cully?
Well, scarecrow. You is a scarecrow, ain't you?
I'm an English sailorman, shipmate. A heart of oak from off one of His Royal Majesty's warships. Indestructible. A 50-gunner out of Portsmouth.
My. I knew a sailor lady once.
Oh?
Yeah. She was made out of wood, same as what you is. Saucy Nancy, she called herself.
Oh, I know her well, shipmate. Many's the time I've had her off my bowsprit. Ahoy there, Nancy! Ahoy there, Jack! And then she's gone again in the morning sea mist. Oh.
Is this what they call one of them boaty things?
No such luck, matey. I've been working like a landlubber to raise the price of a passage back to the briny.
Well, how come you got to be here in the first place?
Well, I was shipped off to a showbound maritime museum, but I took French leave from there. And then I was press-ganged by a bunch of scurvy ruffians who had me holding up the roof of an Edwardian bar parlour. But I escaped from there one windy night, and I've been cruising the countryside ever since for sight and sound of my old ship, until I dropped anchor here.
Well, if this ain't one of them there boaty things, what the hangment is it?
It's the next best thing on shore to a life on the ocean briny. Oh, smell that sailorman's supper, shipmate.
Yeah, I'm smelling it. In fact, I've been smelling it ever since I got here. It's one of the finest smells I ever smelled, is that smell. I still don't know what it is.
It's fish and chips, shipmate, that's what it is.
Fish and chips?
Fish and chips.
Oh, here, my, Captain Jack. That's a fine piece of furniture, that nose thing. I'd look a fair old treat in my old barn with that piece of furniture. That's all.
Well, you wouldn't want it if it was cold, would you, Collie? Now then, how many do you want, shipmate?
How many can I have?
Well, let me give you a few little chips there.
And some fishy.
And some fishy for Worzel.
Yeah.
And another fishy for Worzel.
Yeah. And you have to stay.
Oh, thank you.
Here, Hector. It's a chippy for you. And here, there's another chippy for you. That's what's called sharing, that is. Yeah, that's what my Aunt Sally taught me. Sharing. Talking about Aunt Sally. Can you hear what I hear, Hector? Excuse me a minute. Hey! Dang my dazzler, I know them legs anywhere. That's my Aunt Sally, that is. Hey, Aunt Sally. Hey, it's me, it's old Worzel. What are you doing in there?
Stop banging me, you stupid staggers! Get me out of here!
Right, Aunt Sally, I'll be out and off the chippy. Come on. Get it. Do it. What are you doing? I'm not... Wait a minute, Aunt Sally. I'll be out. No, oh, God. Do what I do. You're a laddie, kid. You know. Here, Aunt Sally. I'll be out there in no time. Take that. Here.
Stupid scarecrow!
What weren't my fault, Aunt Sally? What was you doing in a sack of potatoes anyhow?
Traveling to grander places you've never even heard of, you uneducated Eric!
Well, you wasn't traveling in a potato sack, was you?
I didn't set off in a sack of potatoes. I set off in elegance on the Orient Express. Only I missed my connection in Africa and I had to come back on the goods train incognito.
Incognito? Oh, I see.
Isn't that disgusting parcel you're holding?
Fish and chips?
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Have a look.
There!
Well, they got salt and thickener on them, Aunt Sally. Go on, help yourself. Have one.
Me? Have a chip?
Yeah.
Me? Have a chip? I wouldn't stoop so low to have a chip if it was the last chip in the entire universe. I wouldn't be seen dead eating fish and chips. The tipsy, weensy one.
No, you won't, so there.
Great, weedy, guzzling, soppy stink of straw. You chip
No!
off your head off.
No.
Teeny, weeny one.
No.
Not even if I was to marry you.
No.
You won't.
No.
Why not?
Because in the first place, I don't believe that you means it. And in the third place, I ain't gonna marry nobody what's only marrying me for my fish and chips.
Worzel! Worzel Gummidge! Come back here!
Oh, I have to admit it's got me flummoxed, Mr. Crowman. Best if I know where that scarecrow's got to this time. Usually when it goes missing, I puts it down to the kids from the village, but somehow or other it always makes its way back to 10 Acre.
Well, I'll keep my eyes peeled, Mr. Braithwaite. And if it don't turn up today, I'll bring you round a replacement.
Oh, I don't know there's a new one. Might be the best idea, whatever happens. That old one never were red out at shifting rooks. And what he'd make of that lot, goodness only knows.
Seagulls.
Yeah, if it ain't one pestilence in farming, it's another. Crows is one thing to contend with, but gulls... I can't think what they're doing in these parts at this time of year.
Some fishy reason. Well, good day, Mr. Braithwaite.
Cheerio, Mr. Crowman. Hey, if you does decide to make me a new scarecrow, you better make it a nautical one. Keep the gulls away. Chips again, I don't know. Here, Sue, give us one.
Now, that's what I calls a bag of chips, that is. You keep serving them up like that and you've got a regular customer in me. Now, let's get back to what we was talking about. How long ago is it that your shop front dummy got pinched?
Early this morning, and it's not a shop front dummy. It's a genuine ship's figurehead that cost me a packet. Funny thing is, it's not the first time this week it's vanished. I keep disappearing and turning up again.
That's it. That's it. That bears all the hallmarks, that does.
Hallmarks? Hallmarks of what?
Well, this crime wave that's sweeping the village.
Well, I haven't heard tell of it.
They're up to all sorts of shenanigans. It so happens that I owns a valuable antique Aunt Sally. And she keeps on disappearing and then turning up again.
Oh, like my ship's figurehead.
Ah, and I think I knows the identity of the rascal and he's making up.
Here we go. Ah.
Shiver me timbers, shipmate, you know, I'd never before seen a landlubber what could all fight like a sailor man.
That's because I got me dancing head on, Dolly Jack. You come over here a minute and take hold of me dancing head
Right.
while I change into me ordinary head.
Right, you are.
Right. 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 Right.
Oh, glory be. I've never seen the like of that before.
No, he's sitting on me
I'm
head.
sorry, shipmate. I'm so sorry. There you are. Ready? That's that.
1, 2.
You all right now?
Ah, yeah, that's better, isn't it?
Yeah, much better. Listen, you got a very handsome berth here, Worzel.
Do you really think so, Johnny Jack?
Oh, yeah, one of the handsomest berths I ever did see, yes. Does it belong to you?
All right. Comes to me, all right. Well, this way there's a farmer chap who has a lend of it from time to time, but he don't mean no harm. And then there's a couple of pesky, touchy little humans who pokes along, interfering noses in the odd occasion. But I don't stand no nonsense from them.
No, well, you does the best thing, matey. Yeah, you does right to keep it to yourself, you know. I mean, there's many and many a shipmate of mine who scoured the 7 seas looking for a port of call as handsome as this one. I hope you know how lucky you are, Worzel.
Oh, I knows how lucky I am, all right, Jolly Jack. I only wish Aunt Sally knows it as well.
Really? And who's this Aunt Sally when she's in Arbor Cully?
That's what I intended. This ways I intend to marry her, but she don't intend to marry me.
Oh.
Well, not until I found her a posher place to live in, that is.
Women folk, shipmate, they ain't worth a fig. They always was more trouble than a frigate full of monkeys.
Is that a fact, Jolly Jack?
You may lay to that, Cully, and you may have the word on it of a man who's had a wife in every port of call from Colombo to Cadiz.
My Aunt Sally, she's done her fair share of traveling, you know.
Oh?
Been to Bulgaria, she has, and Romania, even Watford.
What? Listen, you take the advice of an old salt matey, you leave her to her wanderings. I mean, as long as a man's got a roof over his head and a friend he can count on and a good supply of victuals, he don't need for nothing else, especially women folk.
What's victuals?
No, victuals, Worzel.
Victuals.
Victuals, yes, rations. You know, eatables.
Oh, it's like fish and chips.
Yes, fish and chips, shipmate, eh? And there ain't a woman born that could come atwixt you and me and our fish and chips.
How are you managing then?
Very well, sir. Thanking you, sir, for your inquiry, sir.
Well, you certainly seem to have got the hang of things quick enough, I'll say that.
Well, that's because I've had previous experience, sir. Begging your pardon, sir.
Oh, that explains it then. I didn't know you'd been in the trade.
In the trade? I've never been in the trade in my entire life. I once cooked a fishy supper for His Royal Highness the Duke of Albania. Caviar and chips and mushy peas, but that was because his proper cook was off sick with food poisoning. I was never in the trade. I did it as a favour for His Royal Highness. I was his house guest. Palace guest, actually.
Well, I must pop off to the post office. I shall be back in a minute. Keep an eye on things, will you?
Very good, sir. In the trade, indeed.
Oh, by the way,
I'm just here if there is cake, Professor.
well, if I'm not back in 10 minutes, you can shut up shop. We don't seem to be doing much business this morning.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, dang me, Jolly Jack. I'll be bums whistle different and we ain't in luck. Look, he's gone off down the street and he ain't even bothered to close the door.
Come on, then. How many fish and chips you reckon you can manage, matey?
Well, I've one fish and some chips and then another fish and some chips.
Yeah.
That's one fishes and some chips and some more another chip.
Aye?
A lot of fishes and a lot of chips to go with them. That's what I like.
Right, all hands on deck. Stand by to go aboard.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Aunt Sally, what for are you doing back there?
What you addressing me, my good man?
Of course I was dressing you, you daft ape. You gone blind or something? Just old Worzel, and I ain't your good man neither. Hey, this is that there Aunt Sally I was telling you about, Johnny Jack. This is my intended. That's right, ain't it, Aunt Sally?
And who might this handsome stranger be?
This is my newest, bestest friend, Aunt Sally. He's been all over the world in one of them boaty things.
Jolly Jack Tar, ma'am. From off His Majesty's Warship Indestructible. At your service. Yours to command. Mine to obey.
A seafaring gentleman after all these years. A gypsy's words come true.
What gypsy's words is them, Aunt Sally?
One day, she said, gazing into her crystal ball with smouldering gypsy's eyes, one day a tall, dark, handsome, admirable will cross your path, Aunt Sally.
Well, hardly that yet, ma'am. Just an humble rating.
But either a tall, dark, handsome admiral or a short, fair, curly-haired, humble rating. Those were her very words.
You haven't told me yet what you're doing here, Aunt Sally. But now that you is here, can I have some fish and chips, please? Stop fluttering your eyebrow thingies at my bestest friend, Aunt Sally. You know it makes me jealous. Well, dang my britches, Jolly Jack. What are you doing back at her?
Tipping her the wink, Cully.
Why for?
Because I can't help it, can I? 'Tis my nature.
Hello, sailor.
All the nice girls love a tar.
A girl in every port, I bet.
You know what sailors are.
Yeah, you see, you're at it again. Now stop it at once before I loses my temperature.
And who, pray tell me, may this ill-mannered, uncouth, scrawny rat-man be?
Why just keep telling you, Aunt Sally, it's me. It's old Worzel.
Hold your tongue, hayseed, and wait your turn until I've finished serving this gentleman.
He ain't no gentleman, Aunt Sally. He's with me. He's Johnny Jack, my bestest friend. Well, at least he was my bestest friend until you started fluttering at him.
There's something about a sailor.
The lady's pride and joy.
Put a girl in every port, you know.
Ship ahoy, ship ahoy.
You're at it again.
And what was it you was particularly wanting?
Oh, some fish and chips, of course. Why else do you think I'd come in here?
And how does you like your fish and chips, pray?
Piping hot chips, Aunt Sally, with salt and big enough. And freshly catch fishes are covered in crispy golden crunchy batter.
Come here, Worzel. And does you like a lot of batter, Worzel? Have the lot, then.
Yeah. Where's that ain't cooked batter at all? That's raw batter. Ain't no use to know what raw batter is, isn't it? Aunt Sally! Aunt Sally!
Time and time again I've told you, Worzel, it doesn't do to lose your head over Aunt Sally. And it doesn't do your straw much good to get it covered in batter. There, that looks better than when you came in, if nothing else. But I warn you, Worzel, one hint of a snivel when I put you back on, and off you come again straight away. I warned you, Worzel.
Oh, I can't help it, your generosity. I can't help sniveling. It's enough to make any scarecrow snivel, isn't it? I've lost everything I had in the world. My intended, my newest bestest friend, and my fish and chips. and all at once it.
And which of the three, I wonder, will you miss losing the most?
Aunt Sally, Your Reverence.
Aunt Sally isn't worth shedding tears over, Worzel. Haven't you learnt that yet?
I'm afraid I haven't, Mr. Crowmancer.
Aunt Sally will always mean tears and trouble. It's the way she's carved. Aunt Sally's unreliable. She's like a butterfly. She flutters from one thing to the next in a twinkling of an eye.
Her eyebrows flutters as well, Mr. Crowmancer. Flitter, flutter, flitter, flutter, flitter, flutter. They goes all the time these days, like a moth in a candle flame.
And as for your newest best friend, you wouldn't be able to rely on him for long, as Aunt Sally will find out to a cost. Jolly Jack will be summoned all too soon by the call of the sea.
Begging your pardon for asking this question, Your Magnificence, but did you make him as well?
No, I didn't, but I know of him. He was whittled many years ago by a one-legged ship's boatswain in the forecastle of a brig that was becalmed for many years off Madagascar. The sea sprays in his very being. Jolly Jack is a seafaring man, and a seafaring man doesn't stay ashore any longer than he has to.
That's odd.
What's odd, Mr. Crowmancer?
That flock of gulls that was pestering Scatterbrook are on the move again.
I didn't know there was any gulls hanging around Ten Acre Field, Your Highness.
No, Worzel, that's another thing I have to have out with you.
Oh, yeah, well, can we have it out some other time, Mr. Crowmancer? Because, as you know, old Worzel should be on duty back in Ten Acre Field. And as you very well know, Mr. Crowmancer, time and crows waits for no man, Your Magnificence. Time... Good day to you, Mr. Crowmancer.
Odd. I wonder what took their fancy.
This is your lot for this week, Simon. Oh, pestering seagulls. One whiff of this lot and they flop for miles around. I'll have them all the way back to Grimsby.
You and Harry, Edwin, or have we got time for a plate of chips?
Oh, you know me, Simon. I never could say no to a pomme frite.
Cordon bleu.
Oh, I know that.
Can't you take me with you, Johnny?
Come now, the Ocean Bridie's no place for a pretty lady. Oh, now, come on, don't pipe your eye, Aunt Sally. Listen, give us a cheery smile to remember when I'm 1,000 leagues out to sea, eh?
Will you be gone a long time, Johnny?
No longer than need be, you may lay to that. And who's to say that when I drop anchor here again that there won't be a mermaid's coral comb or a pretty pearl necklace tucked up in my ditty bag?
For me, Johnny? Will you bring them back for me?
That's more like it. And now, give me one last flutter of those lovely lashes before I go, and I'll tip you a wink as you'll never forget.
See you next time, then.
Right, you are. Thanks for the chips.
You open?
Yes, sir.
No use weeping and sniveling like that, Aunt Sally. You won't see him again. He's got a wife in every port, and he don't give a fig for none of them. He told me so himself.
I don't care if he's got 100 wives and 100 ports, Worzel Gummidge. I'd wait a lifetime for a man like him rather than waiting half a minute for you.
You don't have to wait around for me, Aunt Sally. I shall stay first. It's me who has to wait around for you. I'd wait a lifetime for you, Aunt Sally. I'd follow thee to the ends of the earth, so I would. Nothing would stop me, nothing. Maybe a bag of hot fish and chips. Or corn spurs at ditchy little chip mister just to keep us going.
You be off. I told you before about begging. I have the law on you.
Oh, just one little ditchy chip, mister, please. One little ditchy chip for chop ways at the back of the picture.
And your hands will